Hi guys, how are you holding up? I hope you are all good and fine. Come on. Shy's here, let's roll some news and see how it goes, shall we? As always, first things first, coronavirus is making our lives more difficult by the day. And OMG, looks like Amazon, at least in Europe, won't sell anything that's not a first necessity product. What? At first stuff like games, components, CDs, etc. were sold and could arrive with a bit of delay. But the recent developments forced the company to adopt stricter rules, thus deciding to stop selling any kind of product that is not of first necessity. But what's first necessity for Amazon? 1. Hygiene products. 2. Food. 3. Books and other useful stuff to work from home. That's kind of unfortunate. Looks like the booster for my base will have to wait a little more. Unhappy noises. More recent news confirm that the restrictions imposed by Amazon are taking place also in US and other countries. In the first episode I talked about what you could do to defend yourself, and protect others, from the virus. Now, if I said that you can also attack coronavirus, would you believe me? Not Trump or Boris Johnson style, trying to shoot randomly with a rifle in the air won't do a thing, and killing half of the English population to hope for immunization is kinda inefficient. More so if the one that gets it is also the one who proposed this shitty method. A smarter and more sophisticated way. The answer is folding at home. If any of the viewers follows any tech channel will already know it by now. For the others, folding at home takes advantage of a technique called distributed computing. This means that the company borrows and piles up a part, chosen by the user, of the computing power of their PC. Thus creating a really beefy virtual computer that is, if you have the numbers, more powerful and more cost-effective than anything you could build with hardware. The point is, they use this virtual computer to do research on proteins and biochemical components that, as you may or may not know, are really complex to simulate. And now they're studying coronavirus and cures to fight it. Moreover, the 7 most powerful supercomputers in the world accepted the challenge, and the folding at home network is now overflowing with compute power, also thanks to the many users that decided to donate in this period. The contributors number raised by 1,200% in the last month, and this led to a shortage of work units, that are the little pieces of the bigger problem that a user's PC solves. You too should join the fight, if you feel compelled. Link to the official website will be in description. Now that this section has come to an end, we can enjoy some slap bass solo. This is Victor Wooten. Enjoy. Now that we're ready to rock, let's jump to tech, shall we? As we all know, ASUS has always been a company targeted towards gamers, with a million laptops to choose from. Looks like there is going to be a newcomer in their lineup, and it will have an incredibly user-unfriendly name, the ROG GA35 G35DX. Thank you, ASUS. Anyhow, what should we expect? For CPU, ASUS is going with Ryzen. These will be the options: 1. Ryzen 7 3700X, 2. Ryzen 7 3800X, 3. Ryzen 9 3900X, this is a 16-core 32 threads monstrosity. You hear that, Apple? This is pro-level stuff. For the GPU, ASUS decided to go with NVIDIA, starting from a 2060 and getting to the 2080 Ti. And if that wasn't enough, you can get up to 64 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of NVMe SSD storage, and another 1 or 2 terabytes of spinning storage, with 2 vacant slots for spinning drives and another 2 vacant M.2 sockets for more SSD storage. If these informations are to be believed, it's going to become the king of the no-compromise tier of laptops, and will also be extremely appealing to professionals. There are only 2 things that I have to know: 1. When this thing will be available. ASUS hasn't talked about a release date yet. 2. How much this thing will cost. Probably near the $4,000 to $5,000 price range. You know what isn't insane though? The Intel chips that will be coming this year. While AMD, after years of struggles, is aiming to the future, and to refine the 7nm process, Intel is going back to 14 nanometers, after staying still to 10 for God knows how long. A few days back, performance numbers for the i9 10900KF, 10-core 20-thread CPU, leaked, and you know what? they are almost able to reach Ryzen 9 3900X level of performance. There is a catch though. First of all, we have to take the notion with a ton of salt, because we don't know how the benchmarking system was set up. We just know that the CPU was paired with a 2060. And should also be noted that TimeSpy doesn't make use of all the 3900X cores because the program is capped at 10. Don't laugh yet, AMD fanboys, and you, Intel fanboys, don't cry. Because looks like Intel has some secret Rocket Lake stuff in the works, as well as some extremely efficient mobile CPUs with very strong integrated graphics. This, though, is another topic for another video. Remember last time, when I talked about how the iPad isn't a great machine because it has a tablet operating system? It's been updated. Wait though, before dancing to the sound of Seven Nation Army, you should hear what there's to know. Apple, with iPadOS 14, released full trackpad and mouse compatibility. Moreover, you can buy the Magic Keyboard, a $400 product, that includes a better hinge mechanism than the one that wasn't on the previous model, and a trackpad. Now, I want to ask again, is the iPad the perfect replacement for your PC or MacBook? The answer, unfortunately, is still no. How could it be, if it doesn't offer the wide variety of softwares that you can get on a PC or a MacBook? The point is, that maybe the Magic Keyboard and the mouse support is a development so important, in the evolution of this device, that, maybe, developers will be attracted by the capabilities of the machine, and will decide to design more apps for the iPadOS infrastructure. Don't quote me on that though. But shy. Stop shitting around and talk about stuff you don't know. You're right. If I can't talk about it, then I'll let others talk about it, shall we? It's time to disguise myself, and get into an Apple community to get some support. It's been a day since I wrote the post. This fucking community didn't let me upload anything before 24 hours passed from the creation of my account. Now that the bait is placed, it's time to wait for Apple fanboys. Here is the answers that were given by the users. Looks like, in the end, I was right. The iPad Pro is made for students that don't require specific softwares to do their work. In the end, I'd say, for now, you would still be better with a Surface Pro between your hands, if you want to hit the sweet spot: portability, a fair bit of power and battery life, pen input, and full Windows 10 OS. Aren't you tired? I'm really tired. Let's chill with a song played by Parsana, an Indian guitarist, and Mohini Dey, the greatest Indian bass player. Enjoy. Just to keep up the mood, we should listen to one of Flea's best slap bass solos. Enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got here, you are an awesome guy or girl. Now spin twice, wash your hands and fuck off. Shai has to record some new footage. I'll see you in the next video, I hope.